how does a fast-moving bait cause a response from a fish, and what senses are affected?
As we celebrate production of our 500th show and more than 40 years of pioneering work in television, travel with us along one portion of the long road that has taken us to where we are today.
Just getting there is half the fun.
Along the way, we dig deep into the In-Fisherman archives. Let's look at our connection, on your behalf, to the fishing for one of North America's top sport fish, the northern pike. From the earliest moments of In-Fisherman, the mighty Esox lucius, one of the most voracious predatory fish, is a main target species. As our TV journey begins to unfold with field shooting in the late 1970s, the pike is right there playing a prominent role. This is primitive television by today's standards. It's shot with 16mm film, so the sound has to be added or voiced over as an editor watches the footage in his studio.
And there's fish number one for Don. And being a bass fisherman, I know he's never caught anything this big before.
In-Fisherman editors are, however, on the trail of discovery, pioneering many methods that mean better fishing for pike.
Whether you fish dead bait or live bait, from muskies, northern pike, stripers, catfish, you name the species, I think we can increase your hooking percentage to about 90%. A better option is what we call a quick strike rig. All this is thin braided wire line, and we've got two small trebles, size 6 trebles, set up in tandem. It's wired. It doesn't cause fish to be shy. You take the bait like this, then hook it in the bait's, one in the bait's head, the other near the dorsal fin. You cast it.
As one of the only TV fishing shows playing on a national stage by the late 1980s, In-Fisherman begins to reveal for viewers options for fine fishing in Canada. The mystique of fly-in fishing is a unique draw. Beautiful, remote country, fine lodging and dining in the wilderness, and the potential for giant fish. All combinations of which dreams are made.
That's worth coming up to the top of the earth to catch, I'll tell you that.
Of course, 22 to 28-pound pike, typically measuring 42 to 47 inches, are impressive specimens. The true giants, though, are thick, fat fish measuring at least 48 inches and pushing up to and surpassing the magic 50-inch mark. Most of these fish weigh at least 30 pounds, and some likely approach 35. Filming on Nadgelini, Manitoba in the mid-1980s, In-Fisherman founder Al Lindner scores a fish estimated at that 35-pound mark. Larry Dahlberg also catches another monster during that time frame, and thus the draw of the fly-in scene. Over the years, almost 100 fly-ins unfold from Ontario across Manitoba and Saskatchewan and into Nunavut and the Northwest Territories. There's an early visit to Wollaston Lodge. A more recent visit captures the nature of the changes. Not only have fishing tactics changed, the lodge has been vastly upgraded. And the fishing, it's actually better today because of the prevalence of the consistent release of big fish. So some destinations over the years, especially in the last decade, are to exceptionally well-appointed lodges. Wollaston Lake Lodge, as we just noted, but also lodges like Scott Lake Lodge on the border of Saskatchewan and the Northwest Territories, and North Haven Resort on Utic Lake, Manitoba.
Those are the two biggest pike that I've caught in that many casts for many, many, many years.
Other lodges are more fish camp-like, but still remarkably comfortable and offer exceptional fishing. Trout Rock Lodge on Great Slave Lake in the Northwest Territories, not far from Yellowknife, comes immediately to mind. Lawrence Bay Lodge on Reindeer Lake, Saskatchewan, and oh, the unique draw of Lac La Marte in the Northwest Territories. And who could forget Cree Lake Lodge on Cree Lake in Saskatchewan, which has consistently produced exceptional fishing. Of course, it's the compelling nature of the pike that draws anglers into the action, especially during early season when fish are shallow, which makes them easier to fish for. These fish often are aggressive and savagely attack shallow-running lures, exploding on them, smashing them, ripping them, shaking them. Jaws flare as they try to eat those shallow-running imitations. It's like playing with frenzied sharks. Pike hysteria. And you see it all in real time, up close and personal.
What a giant of a fish.
Beautiful last mountain fish.
Yeah, man.
This segment brought to you by Abu Garcia. Fish to win.